people, my name is Nobelin Chirabo and I'm here to inspire you, motivate you and energize you so you can live to your fullest potential. I hope you are feeling great and awesome about yourself. So today, I want to talk about personal branding. And in this particular video, I'm going to share with you the 5 pillars or the 5 P's of personal branding. And I'm also going to share with you the 3D benefits of building a strong personal brand. Just to say, why should you invest in building a strong personal brand? So in the 5 pillars, just to get us started, is looking at the 5 things that make a strong personal brand. And remember that when it comes to branding, branding is not about the name, branding is not about the logo. Branding begins with you as a person. The quality, the strength of a brand is embedded in the people, because the culture of the people becomes the identity of the brand. So when you think about personal branding, just like in a business branding, it's going to begin with you. It's not so much what you put out there. It's not so much how you are going to project yourself. First is, who are you as a person? Because when it comes to personal branding, just like in business, people buy into who you are before they buy into what you do. So to get us started, for you to build a strong personal brand, for you to build an identity around your persona, is you need to be clear about your purpose. The first pillar of every strong brand is purpose. We always want to know, what is that brand about? What do they do? What's their vision? What's the cause they're rallying behind? Why do they exist? So your why is very important. Even as a person, when you begin to project yourself as a personal brand, people want to know who you are, what you care about, why do you exist. So being able to articulate your purpose, being able to articulate your vision is very important in getting buy-in from the people that you want to follow you. How do you do that? In most of our social media platforms, we have what we call the About section. That is one of the oftentimes neglected part of people's profiles, but that is where it begins. When I want to know a person, I go to their About section, because that gives me a window into who you are, what you care about, what you do. So pay attention to your About, because that is where you articulate to us who you are, what you care about, your purpose, your vision. And if I resonate with who you are, if I resonate with your purpose, I'm going to want to follow you. I'm going to want to be your friend. I'm going to want to stick around your platform. So in building a strong personal brand, be clear about your purpose or your vision or your mission, articulate it and make it known so people know who you are and they can resonate with you and align with you. The second pillar in building a strong personal brand is patterns. Brands are all about patterns, the frequency with which you do things. Now, you're going to have to be consistent with certain patterns. You can't be a one-hit wonder. I'll give you a very simple example. When it comes to brand, think about Coca-Cola. Growing up, I knew that Coca-Cola was for special events, because every time around Easter or Christmas, there would be so many adverts around Coca-Cola, sharing the drink with your family, or Ramadan. And so for me, I kind of associated Coca-Cola a lot more with the festive season. Patterns. Of course, a lot has changed over the years. What are your patterns? How often can people expect to hear from you? How often can people expect that video? So do not do things haphazardly when and how you want, because brand requires consistency. So have some consistent patterns that your people, your followers can begin to expect certain things of you. The third P in building a strong personal brand is articulating the problem you're solving. Life is all about solving problems. There's so many problems in the world. And you see, the thing is that people always want to rally with someone who's solving a problem. So when you flip the problem you're solving, that becomes your niche, because that's what we get to know you for. What do you stand for? What are you really good at? What can I look out for when I interact with you? So again, articulating what problems are you helping people solve, that will determine the kind of people that will want to work with you, the kind of people that want to be in your space, the kind of people that will want to follow you. And the fourth P in building a strong personal brand is places. What kind of places are you called to? One of the mistakes that we do in building personal brands is where we throw ourselves everywhere. You're in every place, doing everything, being part of every cause, that at the end of the day, we don't know what you really care about. Brands are selective about where they advertise. Brands are selective about where they position themselves. And that it needs to be true for you. You need to be very selective about what you associate with, who you affiliate with, the places you go to, or at least the places you project yourself to be affiliated to, because it says so much about you. And the people in those spaces will begin to rally behind you. They'll begin to identify with you. If people cannot pin you down to certain things, they are not going to follow you. So in building a strong personal brand, choose your places. What are your places of influence? What are your places of association? What are your places of dominion? And as you articulate those places, there's going to be a consistent flow in how you project those places in your message, in your post, in your communication. And the last thing that you need to think about when building a strong brand is your position. Again, your positioning is very closely related to the niche. In other words, how are you positioning yourself in the marketplace? What's your voice? What's your message? What's your call? What's your strength? What are you bringing to the plate? What are you offering to the world? And that a lot is going to influence a lot. For example, there are particular personal brands that are going to thrive on Instagram because of what they do. For example, they are maybe fashion designers, and it's so much about pictures. For a person that is so much into information, or for a person that is so much into blogging and content, LinkedIn might be your kind of positioning, where you position yourself on LinkedIn. So as you think about positioning yourself, your personal brand, think about where you will have the highest return on your investment of energy, on your investment of time and resources. So position yourself appropriately to reach the right people at the right time, with the right message, and you will be able to build a very strong brand. Once you pay attention to these 5 things, those are the 5 pillars that are going to hold your personal brand. And then as a result of that, having built a strong brand, these are the 3D benefits that you can expect. Every strong brand will benefit from distinction. I can tell you that it doesn't matter where you go in the world, Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola. You can never miss it. It might be written in Arabic, it might be written in whatever language it is, but as long as you can see their logo, as long as you can see their colors, you will quickly resonate with the brand. So the more you articulate yourself, the more you become very clear about your purpose, about the places, about the position, about the problem you're solving, about the people you're associating with, the more articulate it's going to be for people to recognize you. That when certain things show up, when you articulate, for example, the problem you're solving, when something happens, when someone asks, do you know someone who does this? You're going to be the first person that comes to mind. Why? Because you have articulated it over and over and over that this is what you really care about. This is what you're focusing on. So distinction is one of the benefits you're going to have when you build a strong brand. 2, the second benefit that you're going to have is distribution. Every person that puts out content on social media or any other platform, you want people to like your content. You want people to resonate with you. You want people to engage with you. You want people to be blessed, people to be impacted, because that's the reason why it is. Now, for people to be interested in distributing your communication, your information, your impact, is if they really understand your brand. And that comes down to building a strong brand. The more people identify with your brand, the more people like it, that will reflect in the number of likes, the number of referrals, the number of comments that are coming through, and that is all part of distribution. A post can go so far if so many people can share it. So for people to share it, they've got to resonate with you, and that goes down to the first 5 pillars that I talked about. And then the last thing that you will benefit from building a strong brand is deals, which translates into profits. Again, people will be able to channel business your way if they know exactly what problem you're solving, if they know exactly where you're located, if they know exactly where you're positioned, how to reach you, how to get to you, how long it takes for them to hear from you, what are your patterns. So every brand is profitable, wants to be profitable. So for you, even as a person, if you want to build a profitable personal brand, you have got to pay attention to the 5 pillars, and then you can benefit with the 3D benefits. Hope that's been helpful for you. My name is Noeline Shrabo. I'm happy to keep the conversations going online. Have a blessed day and a blessed week.